Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's visit to Yasukuni Shrine has drawn international criticism and raises concerns over a possible rift with ally the United States. A look at the natural wonders of Myanmar. Korean scientists are exploring the rich biodiversity in a series of joint studies. And with just 2 days left before 2014 begins, Korea's East Coast is teeming with holidaymakers anticipating the year's first sunrise. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Monday, December 30th. I'm Luke Clary. As the rift between Korea and Japan widens over Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's visit to Yasukuni Shrine, the move has drawn criticism from the international community as well.
Japanese Prime Minister Abe's visit to the Yasukuni Shrine unnecessarily exacerbated a tense atmosphere in the region and is a provocative act. These are the words of an editorial by the Washington Post. It blasted Abe, saying that this would weaken his international standing and Japan's security. China has stepped up its condemnation of the move through a statement by Chinese State Councilor Jiechi. He warned that if Abe did not eliminate the negative impact through real actions, he would become a failure in history. The Japanese media are concerned that Abe's visit to the shrine could affect Obama's visit to Japan scheduled for April 2014. The Japanese government is mustering all its diplomatic resources. It plans to send Shotaro Yachi, head of the NSC and a close aide of Abe, to the U.S. in mid-January. It is also planning to send former Foreign Minister Nakasone and a bipartisan group of parliament members prior to Yachi's visit. A survey has shown that even the Japanese public has a negative stance towards Abe's recent visit to the shrine. An emergency survey by Kyodo News showed that 47.1% responded that the visit had a negative impact, exceeding the 43.2% which replied that it had a positive one. Moreover, almost 70% of those surveyed replied that Abe should have considered diplomatic relations. As such, the Japanese public is taking the global community's criticism seriously.
Today marks the second anniversary of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's ascent to power. The weekend report of the Central Committee in Pyongyang offers insight into the North's power structure moving forward.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un did not attend a meeting at the report of the Central Committee, which took place one day before Kim's second anniversary since his accession to power. However, high-ranking officials from the party, government, and military attended in large numbers. Director of the Korean People's Army General Political Bureau Choi Ryong-hae, Chief of the Korean People's Army General Staff Ri Young-gil, and Minister of the People's Armed Forces Jang Jong-nam sat together for the second anniversary of the end of former North Korean leader Kim Jong-il's rule. With the power of the top three in the new military leadership reconfirmed, Choi led the report.
김정은 농정을 수반으로 하는 강장연의 둘에 굳게 뭉쳐 성금혁명 위협이 최후 승리를 향하여 더욱 힘차게 싸워 나아갑시다.
Kim Jong-un's aunt, Kim Kyung-hee, did not attend. Vice Chairman of the National Defense Commission of North Korea, Oh Kung-yeol, who always attended military-related events as a senior member of the military, was not there either. Although the report stressed a modernization of the military, there were no strong provocative threats.
핵무력이라는 용어가 등장하지 않고 특히 병진 노선에 대해서 표현을 자제하는 걸 볼 때 앞으로 주민생활 양상, 경제 문제에 초점을 맞출 것으로 전망합니다.
Experts predict that Kim Jong-un's stance will appear more concretely through the Nodong Shinmun's joint New Year's editorial and Kim Jong-un's birthday celebratory event on January 8th.
Korean scientists are making progress in bioresource exploration and joint studies in Myanmar, an internationally recognized haven of biodiversity.
Primitive forests and human civilization coexist around Mount Popa in central Myanmar. This is where the endangered golden deer have been spotted. The yellow-chested Rufous trippi, a part of the long-tailed crow family, hides among the canopies of the pristine forest. The resident of this gourd-like nest is the Baya weaver. A Korean ornithologist teaches how to catch birds for research purposes.
현지 연구원들이 지금 새 그물을 치는 거에서 굉장히 생소해해서 어떻게 이제 새 그물을 이제 이용을 하는지 그걸 가르쳐주고 있습니다.
In Pagan, the ancient religious city, scientists are busy restoring the local species of star tortoises. About 1,500 are under their care. Myanmar is a biodiversity hotspot designated by the organization Conservation International. The region features about 1,000 species of birds and 10,000 species of plants. Even high-ranking officials attended the Convention on Biological Diversity, illustrating the importance of the region.
We need to be maintain our biodiversity because most of our biodiversity is degrading.
Korea is keen on working together with Myanmar, one of the most biologically diverse nations on Earth.
It's that time of year again for college admissions. As Korean students consider their career prospects in a down economy, there is a growing interest in two-year vocational colleges.
This is an admissions expo for vocational colleges. An average of 10,000 students and parents have packed the venue every day, indicating the spiking popularity of vocational colleges. The college's biggest appeal is employment rate for their graduates. This year's employment rate of vocational college graduates recorded 61%, which is higher than last year's figure, while that of four-year college graduates fell to 55%. With the economic contraction still ongoing and job prospects getting slimmer, more and more students are applying to vocational colleges each year.
세계에서 유일하게 승강기를 가르치는 대학입니다. 전국의 취업률 1위로서 94.9%를 달성을 했고, 그리고 지금 많은 학생들이 승강기의 꿈을 가지고 저희 학교에 좀 찾고 있습니다.
Unlike four-year universities, vocational colleges do not limit how many times a person can apply and allows the applicant to submit the grades of only one or two subjects.
4년제 대학교는 거의 다 B형, A형, B형 이렇게 고정된 곳이 많은데 전문대는 선택이 자유롭고.
Nevertheless, since there isn't enough information on vocational colleges compared to that available of the four-year colleges, the applicants must pay attention to the different admission standards of each school. Educational experts also advise applicants to visit the colleges in person to check out the educational facilities and commuting options.
Late in the year, frequent drinking occasions are sure to arise. It's cause for concern for your reputation and your health. Alcohol damages the mucous membrane of the stomach and raises the risk of alcoholic gastritis.
During the holiday season, drinking gatherings are held almost each day. A considerable number of people seek medical help due to severe stomach pains following such binge drinking. Last year, there were around 14,500 alcoholic gastritis patients, and 72% of them were men. In particular, those in their 40s and 50s accounted for 48% of them, meaning that the middle-aged accounted for 1 in 2 of such patients. Experts believe workplace stress, which is proportionate to age, and frequent drinking are the main factors. In particular, taking medication to treat chronic diseases such as diabetes and hypertension along with alcohol exacerbates gastritis symptoms.
복용할 수 있는 여러 가지 약제들도 위에 이미 여러 가지 염증을 유발하고 있는 상태이거든요. 근데 거기에 이제 술을 드시게 되면 아무래도 젊은 사람에 비해서 이제 염증이 좀 더 심하게 오실 가능성이.
In order to prevent and treat gastritis induced by alcohol, the most basic precaution is to go easy on the drinking. To do so, it will be necessary to change the forced drinking culture in Korea. Quitting smoking is also helpful, given that it irritates the stomach by stimulating the secretion of stomach acid.
It's heartbreaking when young people are diagnosed with life-threatening disease like leukemia. Coming together to help a classmate in need, the students of one middle school in Cheonan are doing their part to help.
Im Min-soon was an energetic 15-year-old football player. But 6 months ago, he suddenly came down with a fever and developed swollen thyroid glands. He visited the doctor and was diagnosed with lymphatic leukemia. Now he's undergoing chemotherapy and waiting for a bone marrow transplant. But his search for a bone marrow donor has been in vain because of his unusual immunity response control genes. In addition to his hospital bill, he's spending tens of thousands of dollars to search for a donor overseas. Since his mother and grandmother are only able to earn small amounts of money, it's not easy for him to come up with the funds just for the treatment alone.
아들도 없지, 손자도 없지. 저거 하나인데 죽으라고 내박쳐 둘 수는 없잖아요. 내가 일생 동안 식당에서 일을 해가지고.
Hearing about Min-soon's plight, his schoolmates have come to lend him a hand. Students, parents, teachers, and even the champion marathoner and alumnus Lee Bong-ju have raised nearly $7,600.
원래 민순이가 활발했는데 그래서 안타까워서 못 오겠어요.
His friends are doing everything they can to help him out. Instead of giving him a bouquet of flowers on graduation day, they're going to give him the money from the fundraiser. Their friendship and support will certainly encourage Min-soon in his fight against leukemia.
There are only 2 days left before we enter the year 2014. Korea's East Coast is now teeming with holidaymakers intent on being there for the first sunrise of the new year.
Cheongdongjin Station, located in Gangneung and known for its beautiful sunrises, is packed with tourists early in the morning. Despite bone-chilling weather, people flock to the East Coast to see the sun rising.
안에 담요도 입었거든요. 근데 그래도 좀 춥긴 한데 오늘 그래도 새해 볼 수 있으니까 너무 좋아요.
After a long wait in the cold, the sun appears on the horizon behind the clouds. People forget about the weather and their extended wait and begin making their wishes. Last Sunday, some 400 tourists visited Cheongdongjin alone just to see this incredible sight.
정동진 와서 내년엔 더 좋은 일이 있을 수 있게 와서 소원 좀 많이 빌어주십시오.
More than 500,000 cars are expected to arrive in Cheongdongjin, Gyeongpo-dae, and other famous locations on the East Coast beginning tomorrow.
Korean action movies have gained international acclaim for their state-of-the-art special effects. Here's an inside look at the Korean movie magic that has audiences in awe.
Cars zip through narrow back streets. They run at 100 kilometers an hour. Yet the actors' facial expressions are filmed with utter precision. This car has a driver's seat on its roof. It's the first vehicle in Korea to be used in filming movie scenes. On the screen, it appears as if the actor is driving the car, but in fact, it's the person on the rooftop who's doing it. Thanks to a recoilless camera installed in the car, action scenes can be taped in the most vivid and dynamic manner. Even dangerous scenes, such as head-on collisions and violent car crashes, can be filmed safely because they had been virtually tested by means of simulation programs. By calculating the weight and speed of the vehicles and the friction factor of a motorway, movie producers can create simulated scenes that look more than 90% realistic. Such simulation programs also predict which way a car will move after a crash in order for the filmmakers to tape the action scenes in the safest way possible.
할리우드에 어떤 장비들이 필요한지를 충분히 저희가 리서치를 통해서 파악을 했고 자체적으로 기술 개발을 하자로 일단은 결론을 내리고
The quality and competitiveness of Korean action films is improving each year thanks to the technological advancements in film.
If you've ever wondered why celebrities look so good in photos, this is for you. Of course, there are makeup, Photoshop, and lighting tricks, but don't forget, they know how to pose. Colorful, sparkling lights adorn the streets around this time of the year. These beautiful decorations just beg to be photographed. Here are some tips on how to look your best in photos. First, try to look natural by relaxing your face muscles. It's common knowledge that you should position the camera slightly above your head at about a 45-degree angle to make your eyes look bigger and your jawline shapelier. Make sure you don't glare at the camera or you'll look angry.
보통 사람들이 셀카를 찍으시면 보면 눈을 커 보이게 하려고 눈을 부리부리하게 뜨잖아요. 그러면 오히려 경직돼 보이고요. 부자연스럽게 나오더라고요. 그러니까 살짝 눈웃음을 치면서 눈을 이렇게 가늘게 뜨시면 훨씬 자연스럽고 예쁘게 나와요.
Can you see the difference? Here's another trick. Try using an umbrella. Unscrew the cap at the tip and screw on the camera using the tripod connector so you can take shots from a higher point of view. If you want to prevent blur, try steadying the rig on a couple of chairs. Amazingly, most of the umbrellas have the same specification as a tripod.
서연아, 이제 우리 나가서 사진 찍을까?
It's harder to take photos outdoors because the photographer must consider the harmony between the subject and her surroundings. Beginners tend to place the person right in the middle of the picture.
보통 촬영을 할 때 사람을 가운데에 놓고 많이 찍습니다. 그렇게 되면은 상하좌우 불필요한 여백이 생기고 또 지루한 사진이 될 수 있습니다. 그럴 경우에 상하좌우 3분의 1 지점으로 약간 치우치게 찍어주시면 배경과의 조화도 이룰 수 있고 훨씬 더 안정되고 예쁜 사진을 찍을 수 있습니다.
People take a lot of pictures around this time of year because of all the parties and events. Here's how you can stand out on such occasions. Wearing a bold color you haven't tried before might make that year-end event more special.
평상시에는 블랙이나 브라운 이런 등의 무채색 의상을 입으셨다고 해도 연말 모임이나 이럴 때는 레드나 아니면 네이비 등 약간 비비드한 컬러에 혹은 이제 조명이나 아니면 그 장소가 넓을 경우에는 화려한 패턴의 의상을 입으시면 훨씬 더 돋보이실 수가 있거든요.
See how a change in color makes all the difference? Makeup is a good way to conceal those spots on your face, but too much can make you look pale and unnatural.
평소보다 너무 밝게 하시게 되면 오히려 더 윤곽이 좀 없어 보이실 수 있으세요. 그래서 처음에 얼굴 중앙 부분 먼저 다 발라주시고 슬림해져서 보여야 되는 그런 부분을 나중에 살짝만 터치만 해주시면 돼요.
Memories fade, but pictures stay with us forever. Celebrate this holiday season by capturing the last few days of the year 2013 on camera. And now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. We'll be back at the same time, same place tomorrow. Have a great day.